You gotta love when Stream Element sleeps on the job and doesn't launch the entire show. Been sitting here for 15 minutes for you beautiful people. Welcome. I hope you all are doing well. We're gonna kick it off without a long intro because apparently that is how the new OBS works. Super fun. Well, now you guys can hear me. So let's kick this off right. Today we're going to be going over a bunch of stuff. Omen Drone physical copy came in along with Coriolis physical copy so you guys can see the quality of these two pieces. Then we're going to dive into some Critical Role Campaign 4 trailer. I'm actually really pumped for this one. Taking a look at Entity today for the review section in all three books. And of course, congrats for surviving the 2025 Rapture. That's right. Go look it up on TikTok. People thought today or yesterday was going to be the Rapture. You can thank Serving Hands for that one. We will be live here in just a minute. Now that everything is running accordingly, new OBS update, new lower thirds update. Got to work those kinks out somehow. Look at the camera. The camera loves me today. Hi, camera. Why are you up here? Hey, everybody. How are you doing today as I fix yet another thing? Nothing like the start of day where I have to wake up after 3 hours of sleep because the woman's car is not running correctly and makes weird noises, and she brings it home, and then I have to wake up and take her to work. I couldn't go back to sleep, and then when I lay down and look at the fan because it's muggy and warm today, it starts sounding like a fucking grinding helicopter, which means the bearings are probably bad, so hopefully it's greasable. That was my morning. I really hope your mornings were better than mine. Just another fucking Wednesday. Oh my god. All right, well, with that out of the way, hope you guys are all doing well. Everything good on your side. We survived the Rapture. When Serving Hands told me that the other day, I was like, I'm sorry, fucking what? It's all over TikTok, dude. It's absolute insanity. It's... oh, people. Not like predictions from people, you know, that don't go anywhere. We need some Halloween stuff up on here. What should I put up today? I want a pumpkin on here. I want a pumpkin. Pumpkin King? Ooh, this is cute. It's like Mario versions of them all. I like it. So, what is it? That's like my Monday. Dumb earthquake woke me up at 3 a.m. Spent most of the Tuesday sleeping. I mean, I tried to sleep. It did not happen. Hey, Scott, how are you doing? I think we saw Scott just show up. Kyle's here. Nick said we all know it starts in 2028. I don't think it starts in 2028. I don't think that's a thing. Is that your prediction, Nick? 2028 is your prediction? Turn this down a touch. It has been a day, though. Like, literally, I don't know if it's her transmission. I hope it's not. That's the worst case scenario. She just had a bunch of brake work done a couple of months ago. And ball joints done a new joint. So I feel like it needs to be tightened. But we'll find out later. I didn't have time to look at it today because I wanted to come and lay down before I did the show, you know? And yeah, Kyle, I was trying to fix the 8 test messages where there was a new OBS update, which means I had to redo all the audio. There was a new lower thirds update, so I had to like resituate all that. That's from. Whatever, man. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Realized yesterday I had posted on Facebook in 2017 on the same day, same question. Wasn't the world supposed to end today? I mean, look. Just how it goes. It's just how it goes. I asked this question in 2020. Well, the movie came out. People are crazy, dude. It's really all there is to it. People are just crazy. Fucking crazy. So, I got a bunch of cool stuff in the mail. Some of it I can show, some of it I can't. I've been working on Magic of Monsters pretty hardcore for the new series starting in October. I know three of our cast is going to be Diana, Adam, and Allie for sure. And there's a chance the elusive Kelly might be coming back. So that means we'd have a primarily female dominant show. So Adam was like, oh no. So we'll see what happens. I got some feelers out. That's going to start in October, but we're doing a play test for Daggerheart next Monday. And then we're going to do a session 0. And I think I might, if I have the overlays done in time, I think I'm going to record session 0. I think. I'm going to go with the same kind of overlays I did for Mythic Bastionlands, that real clean style. But yeah, but I do have some other stuff to show. So, we already did a review for it. I haven't put the solo review out. I mean, the live is still up, but I got Omendrome in the mail. And I was going to put out the review the other week, but he said the physical copy was on the way. And I wanted to make sure that I had the physical copy so that I could put that into the review. So, inside I got this. Right? Along with, and I wasn't expecting this, they're like map for the table of the ship. And then the back of the map for all the locations you can go to. Which I think is pretty fucking dope, right? This is cool as hell. So, when I was talking about this on stream, the artist came by, if you look in the comments on that live, and said thanks for the kind words and all that. I did all the art for it, blah, 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 and I told him I would love to see an embroidered hoodie of this back image. Tell me this embroidered is a skull, and then the red, that I believe that's supposed to be film, if that wasn't like a metallic ink. How dope this would look. It'd be pretty fucking cool, right? So it was really cool to have a comment from the artists themselves. I love that it's a square style. This is for Mothership, based on the Archiver rule set that came out from, I think it's Ale. I always forget the name of their company, and it's just because it's so close to something else I think of, and I don't want to say what it is. Alewood Games. But I mean, the inside of it, it's all black. I love the blurred images so you can show the players these. So like when they find the information, you can give them this. I can see he said they were having problems with some of the printing, so it took a little longer. It's super pretty, man. I really want to run this, like at a convention. Like, really want to. And all of the bounties that are in here for filming are fucking dope. All the local stations and docking protocol are in here as well. So, super cool. Thanks to Ailwood for sending this to me. I think I might run this at Gamehole. If you're a Mothership fan, running Archiver, was it last October we did it? It was a riot running that with Brianna, Slitlid, and Adam, Diana, and Allie. Having a bunch of film nerds and people who are on set all the time be a part of that is just a blast to me. I will say, getting things back into these sticky covered sleeves are the worst thing to do. It's the worst. Really the worst. I can't get it back in. There's like no trick to doing this. You gotta like fold it over backwards, pinch it, pray about it. Maybe the Rapture will take it instead. I give up. I'll do this later. It's so frustrating. I hate it. Then, on top of that, look what I got, Nick. Look what came in. I got my Coriolis the Great Dark. My review copy. Mothership is a great game, Scott. It's a great game. But Archiver is even better. If you haven't seen Archiver, you play a film crew filming the atrocities that would be in Mothership. We ran a slasher one last time. So I'm going to turn the top down on for this. So you're not going to see me for a minute. I just want you guys to see what this looks like. Is this the desktop? That's overhead. Woo! On there. Let me do this again. There it is. All right. At least enough to where you guys can see. I know it's not perfect, but look at this. It's so pretty. All the print's clean. I mean, I want all of this art like in a folder so I can cycle it as a backdrop because I think that'd be great. It looks so fucking good, dude. It's got the diver kind of like deep sea feel to some of the images too, which make me happy. Oh yeah, this is the weapon page. All the firearms with their own art. This thing's wild looking. The Lumen rifle. Little Ripley in there. I love all the icons. I think these are great too. Right? This map, though. This map reminds me of the old Planescapes map. It makes me so happy. This is so good. I don't even question the design so much. Like, to me, this is a pretty basic design layout, right? Like, they're doing smart things and filling thirds of the page. They're doing what I love when you're doing breaks across for headings. I like their little piece here. They keep consistent, that kind of like NASA circle inspired stuff. Their spread across 2 pages is always fun. That means they're designing in a 2-page spread, obviously, and looking at it. I love these breaks. I've been doing stuff like this forever. I love the gold and black. That's a really hard color to get print right. Let me put this just on instrumentals. Although I love this song. Let me see here. But anyway, I like the art. I like this style, but like I don't think anything's like groundbreaking for layout. This is traditional Free League layout, but the art and the vision of making everything fit together is really what is nailing it for me. I mean, and they're just strong use of black and white. And then if we get back here, past this map, all the art all the way through this back half is just, it sets the tone for the Great Dark so well. Like all of this. This here. And I wanted to show this because I'm playing Jump Space right now, which is a new video game. It's just perfection. It's just perfection. Every choice is good. Every choice for layout makes a point. There's no waste of space. I always enjoy this stuff ever since the old Star Wars like cutaway styles. I've always liked this stuff. I do wish I could make this go a little further. There we go. That's a little better. I always like that. And I can zoom it in too. This might let me change position more. No, can't. But I will turn the brightness up just a little bit for you. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. It really nailed the look of all this. Like this stuff, all the little ships. I hope they put out, like they put a lot out for the last version. And I love that it's a continuation of the story. Ugh, so fucking good. I love that your bird has got like a special thing. And the fact that they put in a full solo play, like running the game, the Puppet Master look is cool. This though, like this is kind of how I map my top downs for doing dives into places because it's so fun. And they really break down, like, I love just the gold and black for all the maps. This is like the player version of it. You know, I know we've looked over this before, but I really kind of want to pick up the box set. But it is perfection. It is literally perfection. Signed it. Make sure my name's in it. You know, it's a FLP or EFP, or sorry, FLP. It's Free League Publishing. Just so I know who gave me the review copy. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I love this. The fact that they sent me a copy to look over, I definitely need to run this at some point in time. I'm thinking about doing a solo play series for it, maybe. Like a little solo play on Corpse Talk. Because I personally want to play a solo series. And with our new Magic of Monsters one coming out, I'm not going to be able to run it as a main show. Not to say I wouldn't do it in the future, but it just wasn't the plan to run it as a show. We were going to do it last year, and then they announced a new one. And I was like, well, I don't want to plan a show around it and have it not be something we all enjoy. You know what I mean? So, but it's so good. It's so good. Like, they really... I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like they nailed the entire feel of it all. Let's see if I have... I'm gonna pause this music. I'm gonna put on our normal music. Get some White Bat up in here. I still use White Bat because he has such like 4-hour playlists and stuff, and it's perfect for this. And this guy just cranks out stuff for music. Okay, we're gonna do the, what does he got? What's new? What's new? Yeah, he just put out a whole retro wave. An hour and 40-minute retro wave. So we're gonna use this. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to have those two. I'm gonna dive into them a little bit more. Is there anything else I can show you? I'm looking at like all the stuff that came in. I can show you this from my neighbor. For my Star Wars fans. My big boy Chopper. From the TV series. Like this actually tilts. Like his head, you can move it. And then these are magnetic. My neighbor collects a bunch of stuff, and he's looking for a mother alien, like a queen. This turns, legs turn, and then the arm in the front comes out as well. I can't really get it with my fingernail. The dishes, there's like 3 different dishes or 2 different arm sets. He's got the little tracker beacon that he uses. But yeah, I think it's cool looking. It's a good size. I mean, I got the 2 little choppers too over here, so good old chopper. Chopper's my favorite, Kyle. Chopper's my favorite. Really is. Ooh, this might be too lo-fi. Yeah, it'll work. So, a couple things I want to do. We're going to be going over Entity today because we're in the space mood since I've been playing Jump Space. And it's a solo game that I think it won a ton of awards a few years ago. I think enough people don't know about it because it came out before solo gameplay was really good. I'm just going to show off the 3 different books that are out. They're all on sale right now as well. And then down below you can see my affiliate link for them if you're interested in picking them up afterwards or now. Fuck, I don't care. However you want to do it. But first, I kind of want to go over... the Critical Role stuff first. And also, there's a lot of updates coming to YouTube. We all know how good YouTube changes are. So, YouTube is putting a bunch of changes into place here. And I'm worried, along with a bunch of other people who create are also worried because they are changing a lot of stuff. And none of us know exactly how it's going to go. Some people think it's going to be the next best. Other people are saying it's the end of the times. I'm obviously going to keep creating shit no matter what, because that's just how I roll. But yeah, if you guys haven't heard, there is a shit ton of stuff. I'm not migrating. The only platform left is Kick, and I'm not going to Kick. I'm not migrating. Some of these are going to be good. Other ones, we don't know how they're going to turn out. It's just anytime they... The problem is, anytime they roll something out, you don't know how much of it is the truth. Like right to you. But the next 20... There's an article, which we're not going to listen to right now. But there's new short creation tools. That's awesome. I think they're trying to make up for the TikTok problems, right? It's just every time they put something out, you don't know the behind the scenes and how shit works. There's new live updates. I guess they're going to clear up some of the live updates, which that's good for me because I know a lot of people have problems with live updates. I'm drinking Dubby today. I didn't have time to make coffee. I know a bunch of you bought Dubby, by the way. Thank you. I hope you guys are liking it. I have the Japanese soda one and I'm using a squeeze of lime in it. A little bit of bitters too, just because I like what bitters does to it. Connection between artists and their fans. I'm curious to see how this turns out. New ways to earn. No one knows how this is going to actually work. This is the thing that everyone is scared about because that means that you might see censorship. Yeah, agreed. The live update doesn't... Yep. Agreed, Nick. The live update is a problem. So that's going to change, I'm guessing. That's one of the big things because they're still going to be doing a lot of stuff for live. But they're doing brand deals and shopping stuff. Everyone's worried about this really biting us in the butt. There's a bunch of new releases as well that are coming out with it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no warnings, unclear specifications. Yeah, all those things, serving hands. All those things. But, I'm going to mute this. That's the bad news. I mean, it's not a big thing. I am going to copy and paste it for myself to look at it later. As I need to listen to it and see if I am fucked or if I'm okay. Because nobody ever knows until it's too late. At all. So I'm going to put this for the YouTube thing for me to listen to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch Critical Role. And we're going to kind of break it down a little bit because I'm excited for this. Brendan Lee Mulligan is a G. As Nick said earlier, Professor DM did a really good interview with Travis and Matt about everything. We're not going to watch that here. It's like 45 minutes long. Live updates are working for you? That's good. But this trailer, there's a lot in this minute and 7 seconds. A lot. A lot. So let's take a look at this.
Here in the darkness of a jail cell, marked for death, beset by enemies on all sides, I have only this.
Oh, fuck, I bumped it. Here, I'll redo this. I want to know if that's a 12 people at a table.
Here in the darkness of a jail cell, marked for death, beset by enemies on all sides, I have only this to say. I didn't get in nearly as much trouble as I wanted to. The wolves are at our door. It's been 12 years since the end of the Falconers' Rebellion, and the Sundered Houses.
So this is all pre-recorded. They pre-record the season. We know that Critical Role, they're usually 2 to 3 year cycles for a campaign. That means Brennan might be doing this for 3 years. I also want to point out that Professor DM interviewed them, and they were asked about, were you paid by D&D? I want to say something to that. So Professor DM asked them, were you guys paid by Dungeons and Dragons to run campaign 4 as D&D? And like I said earlier, this has obviously been in the works forever, which is what they said. It's been in the works for months and months. They were doing this before, Daggerheart was out, or they knew how popular it was. It was already in production, in pre-production. But when they asked that, he didn't ask if D&D Beyond is paying them to do this, because D&D Beyond is their sponsor. They get paid for sponsorships. While Wizards didn't directly pay them, my belief is that they raised their rate for doing the ads for D&D Beyond. Yep, Nick. Yes, exactly. And Nick's on the same page with me. So, anyway.
Are stronger than ever. The Revolutionary Council a shadow of its former glory. Why do I say this? To discourage?
Also, who is she? Does anyone know?
Frighten? I say it because...
And that dude has one of the best beards of all time.
Do I say
Look
this?
how thick this beard is.
To discourage? To frighten?
Look at that beard. That is a real beard. Thick, thick, thick.
I say it because my grandparents and yours defied
Cheers.
the gods and saved their people.
Go, Brennan.
What would you do to honor that memory? Would you fight? Would you die? I have no intention of dying tomorrow. But if I do, I'm glad to have gone down fighting. I can still hear the falcons cry. Can you?
So there's a few things I want to point out. All right. I want to point a few things out. We're going to rewind. I'm going to mute it. We don't need the audio. All right. So he's going old school. The Falcons cry, all that kind of stuff. They've talked about, even in the Preshow DM and in the interviews with Brennan and Matt together, that he's making his version of Lord of the Rings, right? I mean, even the art for the piece is evocative of that. Like, here, hold on. This art is the art for the trailer. That's even kind of evocative of Lord of the Rings, right? He's he's one of the best narrators. So, obviously Dungeons & Dragons, blah, blah. I love this city that they're operating out of. Since he's doing West Marches style play, I think this is the hub city. I think it's why they have a full built version of the city. I do believe, knowing Brennan, like myself, that things are going to happen in the city, that he's not going to just make people leave it and not do anything in it, because it doesn't seem like his style. But some of these set pieces look like the same pieces from the Daggerheart one they did, just repainted. I just noticed. So, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe that's the girl who voices She-Ra on the animated series, if memory serves. I think there's 12 people in total. And I think he might be doing some sessions with everyone at the table. That's 4. That's 4. But you don't see Ashley there. Also, she angry? He is amazing. I'm so happy he's on this. He did a bunch of the Vampire the Masquerade actual plays. But he's a creature actor, if I remember correctly. So, and then she's here and Talison's there. So that's 12 people that he's running. And that many different groups, 12 at a time. That's my jam, man. That's what I was doing for Dragonlance, and I fucking loved it. Very tempting to do something like this again. But we're doing Daggerheart because I want Daggerheart to be out there. And I know that they believe it. Oh, yeah, Matt's playing too. I fucking forgot about that. And he gets to play with his wife. So, like, he's also in the captain's chair. So he has all the stream decks that Matt has for the table rumble, the lights, and everything else now. Like, it's 3 groups of 4. Correct. But I want to know if he has everyone at the table where he's sending people out. If some days are like 2 groups going out and he's talking to them. Because if he's going to have like 8 at a table for some of the role play, this could get gnarly. Hard to control. And Abria's in it too. Yeah, that's right. Abria's in it too. Very retro feel, going with the old eraser. This is very Dimension 20 feel. This is Dimension 20 feeling. They're doing stuff in the city too, because they're having combat in the city while this is going on. Because normally the way that West Marches go is you have a hub city, and then when you are running the game, that is safe. No deaths, no nothing can happen there. It's a safe city. And you do that because back in the day, if you were running, I don't know, like 10 groups of 4 or more, an organized play, you wanted an area where people could go back and NPCs were safe and players weren't doing stupid shit and attacking people in the city and causing murder and mayhem inside the city. So there's always that safe haven area. And I think that's what the town is usually. But I think Brennan's going to allow role play there and political intrigue, because that's what I would do, because there's the 3 groups. And I think one of them, isn't it Schemers or something like that? I think that's the one you're going to see in the city a lot. That's my guess. I'm so happy he got the seat for this, though. I guess they usually put 6 to 8 at the table, right? 6 to 8? But Professor DM and Dungeon Craft, I'm not going to play it, but you guys should all watch it. He interviewed them, and the first question they asked is the only thing I'm going to play here.
Critical Role. This week, Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham of Critical Role sit down for
on a number of their books, and I've done a couple streams for them.
Where's that first question?
That's been a long time coming down the road. We have not talked to the discourse that is.
It's right away.
We've done
for choosing D&D.
There it is.
We're not going to make anybody wait for it. But you recently made the decision to go with Dungeons & Dragons 2024 as the system for Critical Role Season 4. Did you receive any payment from Wizards of the Coast for choosing D&D? And why would you choose D&D and not Daggerheart?
It's because I got it from D&D Beyond.
Matt, do you want to take it?
I mean, I'll jump in. Absolutely not. We did not receive any payment to play D&D. We've never received any payment to play D&D from Wizards. for our show. We've done some, a couple of books with them, which has, been
Totally
collaboration
agree.
there.
Nick.
I've done some.
I think they were
consulting
super thrilled to
on,
be
a
sitting
number of
with
their
them.
books, and I've done a couple
Like
streams
legitimately
for
thrilled.
them, and I think those are the only instances in which Wizards has paid us for anything.
Wizards.
I got paid. They paid me in gummy bears.
And gummy bears, yeah. So like
which I
that's
had
I would definitely say watch it. It's a 46-minute interview. It's clean. It's very concise questions. No dicking around. Daniel did a great job, or Professor DM did a really good job with it. But I wanted to at least show that this is out here as well. I'll put it in chat if anyone's interested in watching it later. It is great. I think it's a nice piece that he got to put together and do. But I mean, you guys are getting paid for your ad spots, and all you had to do was raise it. I don't care that they get paid, but I do believe most of it, if not like 90% of it, is the fact that they were prepping this long before Daggerheart's launch. So I've ran, let me switch over here. I'm at 20 games with Daggerheart now. 20. And I really like the system a lot. From the GM seat, I enjoy it a lot. I still do wish I was rolling 2d12, but I get the cut. I understand why, as a GM, I'm not rolling the same dice. They want the swing to be better for the players. They get a 2 to 24, I get a 1 to 20. But also it allows, I truly believe, in if this wasn't intentional, maybe it was a nice after effect. The fact that you get to, how do I explain this? You get to onboard GMs from 5e with little to no onboarding by simply using the same die. Makes a huge fucking difference. A huge difference. I fixed it already. That's because it's the profile is the browser. That's why. I had to manually do it when I'm doing the video stuff online. So, yeah, man, I feel like they got something great with it. I hope that it goes as well as everyone wants. But the Critical Role not doing Daggerheart is gruff. It is gruff. Bye, Nessie! I really wanted them to do Daggerheart. I wanted to see how somebody else would run Daggerheart. I really did. But I enjoyed it a lot. I think Daggerheart is a phenomenal system. I also, Nick, got to play Draw Steel. I'm never playing that game again. Never. I'll just play Pathfinder 2. I have no desire to do it again. I played a long session too. I played a 6-hour session. That's long for a new game. It wasn't hard to grok. It wasn't hard to understand. But out of that 6 hours, 3 hours was 2 different combats. First one was explaining the combat. The second one was letting us kind of do it. No, it's not bad. It's a very concise system. It's very number heavy, but concise. And I like crunchy systems, Nick. I like crunchy systems. But their crunch, I don't feel like their crunch brought anything new to the table. I would rather just play the Age system, which is based on 4th edition. It's a lot cleaner, or a lot more, sorry, not a lot cleaner, a lot more narrative driven. I just don't like the classes. I don't like all the abilities that much. Some are really cool. Don't get me wrong. When there's that many abilities, you're going to read one and be like, oh, this is fucking cool. We are playing, I think he said it was like the equivalent of like a 5th level character. So we had some options. But it's not fun for the GM if you're doing all the prep. So afterwards, I got to talk to the GM, and I wanted to ask him a bunch of questions on the GM side of the screen. As a player, there's really not a lot of prep. You make a character, you know, you get a few powers. The leveling up's not hard. Making your character the first time is a little cumbersome to me. And once you add more books to this and the growth of options happens, because it won't ever be bloat. It's not 5e, it's not 3.5. The GM side of it, the prep is a lot. Now, I do love the ability just to have your variancy levels based on a roll. I really enjoy that. Oh, I like their 5e stuff, though. I think their 5e design work is better, Nick. Yeah. I think the 5e versions are better. I don't think that the Draw Steel ones feel that great. And I switched characters halfway through so that I could play 2 characters. But as a GM, the amount of paperwork is kind of nuts. I do think you would have to go back to the 4E 6x4 index card and put their abilities in the back and information on the front. And they would need to publish it that way. Because otherwise, man, higher level monsters and stuff, it gets a little absurd. Like trying to prep it all, having all the information. You'd have to print it. You can't... There's no off the seat of your pants hip shooting or making things up is not as easy as other systems. It's not as hard. It's time consuming. It's time consuming. That's the point. It's time consuming. If I was 15 and I was playing this with a bunch of my buddies, I'd probably love it because I have the time to sit down and plumb a system. But like, I don't want to prep that long before a game. It's not my style of game mastering anymore. That kind of prep is so time consuming, man. So I didn't enjoy it. There were some highlight moments, of course. There's some things I would take out of it, I think, that are really good. The people I would say it's for is a group that's looking for a really rules-heavy system with very strong tactical combat. What I will say is I think it would make a great miniature game. I think it would make a fantastical narrative-based miniature game. And they're not going to say that's what it is directly. They are saying it's a cinematic, combat-focused campaign. They tell you everything in the front. They were very honest. I just feel like it would make a really good, tactically narrative game. Like, I would crush. And they're going to get to put out great miniatures for it. Like, out of all things that I'm happy about, I want them success. I hope people really love it in a crunchy system because I just want their minis. Like, I have, sitting over here, because I'm getting ready to put them together, I have the one from the MCDM stuff. I love their monsters, but I thought the monster book was boring as paste. I don't like the layout. I also think the layout is the worst layout I've ever seen. Like in a modern game, it's one of the worst layouts I've seen. Usually, but I don't think the monster book's that good for fucking Draw Steel. It's okay. It's not great. I think the 5e books they did are way more evocative. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it is. And 5e is a good system. Again, I don't have a problem with 5e as a system. I've said that 1,000 times. What I would love MCDM to do, and I know they won't, I think they should do a PF2E monster manual, and I would love a Shadow Dark monster manual from them. I think they can make some really fun, clean rules if they could like go back to like simplicity. I think they could make some really fucking cool shit if they did that. But overall, I'm not ever going to look forward to playing it again. If a buddy asked me to play in a campaign and it was like three to 6 sessions, I would maybe give it a try because I do believe that all games should be tried more than once. But this is my first game after being published, and it just dragged. And I will say, you know, the GM was new at the game. They'd only ran it a handful of times. Obviously, rules were looked up. All that kind of stuff is normal to me, but I don't even know what setting I would make to run that. Like, if I wanted a crunchy system, I just think I'd play Pathfinder 2. I still think PF2E is a better system than that one. But the roll all in one and damage, I still love that, but I would just use Mythic Bastionlands. So anyway, enough about that. I got to play it over the weekend. I did do a bunch of other shit though. So CypherCon was this weekend. I got to show you this. I do need to show you guys this. So CypherCon was this weekend for Cypher, Monty Cook Games Cypher system. Cypher Unlimited ran it. This was done with the boys from Cypher Unlimited, Anthony, Al, and Dean. And they asked me to run a game. I ended up running Warpaint, which is my kaiju game for Cypher system. Guys, I put way too much into this. Way too much work into running this game. Because I just wanted to give them the best experience possible. And I went overboard. I went so overboard. I can't even tell you. I hope they all had fun with it, like I do. I had fun. I just hope they did. So here, let me show you all the work I put into this, just because I feel like it deserves it. So, Warpaint is my kaiju setting using the Cypher system based in 3077. This was going to be our show instead of Daggerheart, but Cypher System also announced that they're putting out a new version of Cypher System. So I had to pause the I had to pause it. I said I had to pause it. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to pause it. So this is like the art piece that normally sits on my Roll20 table. The Warpaint. You guys remember all this old stuff for those who were around for it? These are just art pieces to reference everything. And then I found they have a new add-on in Owlbear where you can do your might, speed, and intellect, or whatever tokens you want to do here. Like if I pop it out, I can add whatever I want. And they have different trackers you can add. They have checkboxes, numbers, counters, and bars. Really elegant way so people can just see them on the sheet. I made these, right? So pretty cool, really simple. This isn't the table I want you guys to see. I had 3 set pieces set up. We ended up doing the Dollywood one for sure. And I based it all on Dollywood. And I used the actual Dollywood Park. You can see here the crazy monster that they fought. So in the 1800s, they were using ox cartilage for implants, for like cheek raises and breast implants and stuff like that. So I based it on Dollywood, genetically modifying bovine to make sure that the cartilage was perfect and that they could give you the perfect look to be Dolly. And gene splicing isn't permanent. Don't worry, it wears off after. You can choose how long you want the procedure to last. It can melt down in 24 hours when you leave the park. You can buy it and have it last a couple of weeks, or you can buy it as a permanent, I want to look like Dolly. Dolly Idol was going on as well, and I told them whatever is in the park and on this park piece is in the game. They're like, oh, you have something written down for all this? I was like, nope. I don't have something written down for all of it, but I do have everything that you need in my head to run this. So the whole thing ends up being a fight around the Ferris wheel area. And you can see this is the amphitheater. Something busted a hole through the amphitheater. We didn't even get to go to the amphitheater. And then the other one was for the amusement park. This is our one who got the Dollywood, Dolly Parton surgery done, and it started going south. They rescued a Chihuahua with human teeth from Lost and Found. Named him Killdozer. They had to keep doing press conferences for it. They landed Big Red on her as she was increasing in size, and then it broke out in a huge fight. But I had so much Dolly Parton. This is the real Dolly Parton in 3077. She's basically immortal. She's plastic now. This is my favorite. Fake is the new real. With plastic fantastic shirts for, you know, fake boobs. And Dolly hair. And souvenir boots. I have a whole bunch of these. I was just generating a bunch of them, trying to find a good Dollywood. And then I found old Mad Magazine art. and did color overs, some old Mad magazines, and then added backgrounds in. So this is one Dollywood performer, right? Another Dollywood performer, right? Another Dollywood performer. They didn't even get to meet her. The alien version of Dollywood performer, because they're aliens. And then I had a surreal caricature that someone made. This is based on a real woman's face that wanted to look like Dolly Parton. And I gave her the lovely Judge Dredd-esque, she's security. All the security bots look like her. So on top of all this, right, they didn't even get to the clinic where the surgeries were happening. They didn't get to the Skywalk fight that could have happened, right? They didn't get to this either. And then on the way in, I was asking him, are you comfortable learning the hounds? How many people haven't played Cypher System? I had 2 that hadn't. So I was like, well, we're not going to start with dropping the hounds, but if everyone was experienced, I was going to start with hound combat. And I was going to have them dropping in. So check this fucking amazing map out. Also, all of these are all war paint maps that I put in. Right? And war paint ads. Like, so I could have dashboards of the war paint stuff. Okay, ready? So it gets better. Check out this map. Let me find it. Where are you at? There is a airplane one. Is it not in here? Ah, did I not upload it? I may not have uploaded it. Dude, one of the guys I subscribed to on Patreon, they made a crashing airplane as a map, and it's animated. And it is fucking insane. I didn't even put all of the stuff in here. So let me find my Cyberpunk maps. Hold on here. Cyberpunk. And then where's the airplane? Here we go. I'm just going to add them really quick so you guys can see them. I forgot to add them in. Because we decided not to do it. So I didn't drag them in during the start. I'm going to import them. And then we're going to drop these on the map. Dude, these things are fucking insane. I absolutely wish I had these when I ran Cyberpunk. They're loading. Let them load. But, yeah, dude, I had a riot with these. And I even made an ad for the show for them. Just like they were playing in one of my series. Here we go. All right. Well, these last 2 load. I'm sure I'm gonna load Owlbear up so much I'm about to go through and change my library because I put so much shit in here. I would pay for more space if I could. So check this out. So this is like the airplane when it gets hit. Right? Let me move it. We'll put it below it, actually, because I am going to use this at some point in time. Right? So you got this airplane, and it's like a crashing airplane. Right? Pretty dope. Now, then they even have, like, when the side gets blown up, like you can see the side got blown up here, but then they have the other one, which is a zoom in inside the plane when it's damaged. So I was going to put this off to the side, right? And blow this bitch up. So then we can have combat inside with people panicking and transmongers while doing press conferences. And then, my favorite isn't even that. Is it this one? Hold on. Yeah, free fall with debris. So as the plane's blowing up and going down, check this out. While I was gonna have them dive and have to land into their hounds while they're diving through the sky. See the debris? So as you're falling, it has debris pieces from the plane as you're diving. I was like, this is amazing. This is outstanding. And then they have a crash site version, which I don't even have loaded in here, where it crashes. So we did this, right? So I was going to run this. We didn't end up doing this part. We stayed with the Dollywood. I had an apartment. I had some alley bridge areas and shit like that. So this is the one we use. Now, I'll get their Patreon thing for you in a sec. Now, on top of that, props for Warpaint. I uploaded all the icons, right, for the different sponsors you could have that we did during our live shows. I also added, where's it at here? In Warpaint, these are I did the vests. I added my vests in here for my monsters. I added in my NPCs. All the NPCs right here, from here to here, is all of the looks their reporter has. I make them roll randomly for what the reporter looks like for that day. It's the same woman every time, but she's just stylish. That's an artist I found that was doing clothing studies. Really cool. And then here's all the other ones. This is one of my favorites. This one and this one. I love these. I love that style. I uploaded our old girl. She's in it again, Labixia. Really fun. Just fun art overall. And then the person, this one here, she is the one who does the press conferences. She has like a transmet, if anyone's ever watched or read the old comics. So that's all the NPCs. I added all the pilots in from all the seasons, our main guys and everything else. I added all the hounds in, even the ones that weren't being used today. And then I added in a whole bunch of transmongers from the shows that we did and everything around them. Now, this was just for this. If we go to Canva, it's one of the best comics, I agree. We go to Canva, pause this. I made a Power and Fame version. Notice everything's offset. So watch this. That is Doja Cat covering Hole for a Taco Bell commercial. And I can use that through Canva. And then I really have always wanted to create the kaiju warning stuff. So I think it's this one I did it in. Nope, not this one. I made a warning, like it was a C-class warning for transmongers. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. So from here over. Here we go. I think it's this one. No, it's this one.
This is not a drill. 3 minutes.
So that was a Class C warning. I played that over the speakers and put it in chat so they could like watch it so they can catch everything if they need to. But it's so easy to make this stuff using Canva. I was like, I have all these fucking assets. I got to make some fun shit for them to really kind of level it up. And then I also got to play the new, what is it called? It's called Gunslinger Knights. I got to play Gunslinger Knights, and I made us a Gunslinger Knight patch for GameholeCon. So I had some fun this weekend, but I was helping out for the con and filling spots and making sure tables got to go off and that everyone got to play. So that was my weekend. I got to play. TikTok's conservatives predicting rapture this week. So I mean, I really wanted to make sure I brought an A game for everything. I had so many assets for us, it was easy to put together. But it was just fun, man. Teaching a new system, though, and teaching my system on top of it is very complex. Even though how the Hound combat's not hard, it just is a complex piece to teach new people. But I had a blast. It was fun to run. I put way too much work into it. But hey, the table's ready now. Owlbear's got everything in it. I can do whatever I want with it. Nick, you were asking who made those maps. Let me find it here for you. I think it's Cyber Maps. I believe it's this gentleman. Because he made our Fenrir nightclub map for us when I was running Fenrir Rising. Cyber Maps. Because he has like giant robot colossi. Right? Which I'm going to use. Animated battle map. But you get all of his stuff, and then he sends you an email, or a message every week. Like this too. But he made our Fenrir map. The guy who does ABM. I don't know what that is. What's ABM? Super talented, though. But he did the airship one. He's got the alien ship, too. Which I'm going to use at some point. An animated dungeon crawl? What do you mean? Oh. Yeah. Yes. But Dynamic Dungeons does that. If you're looking for dungeon crawls, that's this guy. He has full-on dungeons, man. Like full-on multi-piece dungeons. Like, is this one of them? Yeah. And these are all animated. His wizard, the Mad Wizard one, is huge. So if you're looking for maps, this guy does it. And then their sister company is... You can't... It's too big, dude. You can't do that. You have to split it up. You absolutely have to. Because they're too large otherwise. Even at like 1080, 4K maybe you can do it, but you can never run it on anything. It would be too unwieldy. But this guy here also has the Mad Mage that has like 3 or 4 of them. And remember, they're all separate. You could put them all together. Like on Owlbear, like I just did, you just line them all up and you tile them out. Super easy. But I think he's the one who did the Mad Mage one. But I mean, it's a gigantic. It's like 8 huge maps, animated maps. Scarlet Coliseum is really cool too. This is one of my favorites to come out. Yeah, there's tons of them to do. This guy does them. Like his are really big. Like here, let me. Hold on a second. I had to do something to do this because I don't want you guys to see all the extra shit. Let me find this guy's. So I think I have it in my private messages with him. Let me look for you. I think it's this one. Tiamat's Treasury, I think, is the other one. Yeah, here. I think this is it. So, like, he has the Foundry walls, the still images, the WebMs, and then the different versions of them. I usually run the WebMs because they run better. This is Tiamat's Treasury that he did. And I think there's 3 maps to Tiamat's Treasury. So. But yeah, he has a couple that are really big. I use them for Athontia. They're fucking fantastic. They're just great artists doing great stuff right now. I love the animated map stuff. I wish Roll20 handled animated maps better, but they don't. And I can't use them because of that. But anyway, I digress. So today, for review-wise, I don't think we have reviewed this yet. I think I've mentioned it and talked about it. I don't know if we've ever actually looked through it, which is Entity. And it is a solo RPG. Solo RPGs are so fucking large right now. We're going to do a little bit on solo RPGing, I think, here. That's kind of what I'm planning on doing here. Bats, do your job. So, the section I want to record today, after we scroll through, is the idea of solo RPGing, and that I think it makes you a better GM, and I think it might be some of the best training wheels for a new GM. I really do believe that. So I think we're going to go over a little bit of Entity, along with some other solo RPG stuff that you should be using to create a good solo RPG and to create a good moment for yourself. We're going to show a few of my favorite solo RPG people off. And you know it's popular because every fucking company is making solo RPG stuff now. All of them. All of them. Like, I've been watching the Entity one because I'm in a real sci-fi mood lately. But I'm going to pull up a few people here. There's some solo RPG content artists that I really enjoy. There's other ones that I can only watch in short spurts because their personal messaging can be too much for me. But I really like their solo RPG style. And I'm still going to show them off because I feel that they do really good work. And this is kind of like one of the best solo RPG groups. So we're going to record this. We're going to look over Entity. And this is going to definitely be more about solo RPGing. And honestly, I think solo RPGing is really good for duo RPGing, where it's you and one other person doing things together. I think it works really well when you have a GM and a player who wants the GM playing together so they can help understand how to build narrative through prompts and reactions. There's just too many people who think GMing is impossible, and it really isn't. The hardest hurdle to get over for GMing is being willing to make a fool of yourself. That's the thing, man. And making a fool of yourself by yourself is so much easier and lets you feel comfortable in your skin making a good story. So that's what we're going to go over today for this. It's going to be pretty a short one, but I want to go over the books first, and then we'll talk about solo RPGing. So let's flip over. We're going to do our look through of everything and see what we get out of it. Because this, dude, Nick, talking about gorgeous art in a book. So let's close him down. Let's pull up our Acrobat. I know I'm using Adobe Acrobat, everybody. I know. We're giving her a shot. I did some changes to it. We're going to see. Yep. Now, already doing it. Already doing the not responding, man. Adobe, how hard is it for you to make anything? Like, just anything that fucking works. Just fucking once in your life. Just fucking once. This has been in the background the whole time. I've turned off generative AI because that causes a lot of problems. I turned off the extra security bullshit for, like, checking to make sure there's not harmful fill-in prompts. What the fuck is wrong with you, Adobe? Literally, it's doing the not responding. I fucking hate Adobe. The problem is, currently, even with Sterling, which I have been using, there is no replacement for Adobe Acrobat as somebody developing form fill products. There just isn't. And Acrobat only had 3 fucking books open, under 30 pages each, dude. 30 pages. No thanks. You can go fuck yourself to hell. All I was trying to do is expand the size of the window. That's all I was doing. My hatred for this application is unprecedented. It's so fucking high. It's so fucking high. I hate it so much. Fucking despise it. Like, it's not even set up right. Like, it's not even recognizing the width of its job. You fucking cunt. I'm trying not to snap. I really am trying not to snap right now, if you guys are wondering why I'm being quiet. I'm literally trying not to lose my mind. It's such a garbage piece of fucking software. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you, Adobe. I fucking hate you. Fucking easiest job. Easiest fucking job. All right. Anyway, it looks like it's working now. So cool painted art. The whole book has kind of got this painted vibe. Oh, it's already frozen. Already frozen. I have uninstalled, reinstalled, changed all the preferences, gave it all the memory I could need to do this, upgraded my rig to a way beyond anything needed level for any of the things that I'm doing right now, like above the bar. And Adobe Acrobat can't fucking function. It's one fucking PDF, you worthless fucking cucks. I fucking don't get it. Seriously. It's just white screens. I know you guys can't see it on your end, but Adobe white screens. Oh my God, stop. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll just do it over here. I wanted it because I can tab and show you 3 at once instead of, 1, right? Like that was my goal, so I could just quickly flip through them all for you, but I can't do that. So I'm going to have to manually do this the hard fucking way because this somehow works better than fucking Adobe Acrobat. Does anyone else have these problems with this fucking program? Who uses it? Does it actually? I don't even know if any of you use it. I'm going to put up a fucking solo video and tag Adobe with it over and over again. That is where I'm at. That's my level of anger right now. I'm going to be a petty bitch. I fucking hate it so much, dude. I fucking hate it. You shouldn't have to use an onboard fucking PDF thing. I've uninstalled, reinstalled fucking everything under the sun for this piece of shit. But I can go over here and put Sterling up and it's like, yo, dude, you want me just to work for you? Okay, cool. Here you go, my guy. You're good now, man. Let me open up the other ones. So they have 3 books that are out. They also have printer-friendly versions of all their books, which is super fucking cool that they went the extra mile to put out printer-friendly versions. So there are 3 books that have come out for this. All the art's gorgeous. To me, at least. I love all of them. So we have Continuum. And it's a cleaner way to do storytelling to help people in the beginning. And then we have Advanced Storytelling, Solo Storytelling, NASA Punk game. Right? And this is like new Oracle tables, side activities, all that kind of stuff, right? So there's a whole other book. The thing I don't understand is none of their stuff has a back of the book. All their stuff has this, but they have great fucking tables. Like really good sci-fi tables. You can tell this is made to be printed too because of the way the pages move. Made for a 2-page spread. But look at this. So clean. Right? This whole book is basically tables. And then outcomes, right? So this one is its own, like, better version. I shouldn't say better version. Advanced rules for Entity, which is the original one, right? Which, you know, look at how well it scrolls. It scrolls perfectly. Imagine that. So it's a solo storytelling NASA Punk game by Peter Schultz. I adore this game. It's a really clean system. It has a little bit of Ironsworn in it. And you are playing a Adaptive Pioneers, interplanetary Adaptive Pioneers. You are sentient robots? Because you can die and you like recycle your person. And you even get to build like locations and hubs and stuff like that. The character sheet's really simple. It's a D10 system, but dude, look at this art. So you step in the role of an AI synthetic astronaut, finding yourself stranded with the enigmatic... It can't talk. I'm so mad about Photoshop. Or Adobe. Enigmatic expanse filled with alien ruins. These are grand, intricate edifices that are remnants of a long-forgotten civilizations, silent keepers of history, steeped in mystery. So you get to play it, you make your character, it's super clean, and you're doing solo expeditions out into these areas. You need 3 10-sided dice, pencil eraser, and character sheet. I wish I looked around, there's no goddamn form fill. Why is there not a fucking form fill? Also, I don't think this book has hyperlinks either, which it should have hyperlinks. The fact there's no hyperlinks is annoying. It's only like a 30-page something piece, but when you're flipping back and forth between so many tables, I want like a main sheet that's like a table area where I can just click through them and hyperlink them, right? But anyway, you go on missions and expeditions, setting up how to play. So, and this is a solo journaling style. So, you know, pick a favorite journal. You're gonna write in it, and I'm gonna do mine like star dates, I think. So, identify location, travel, no hyperlinks, location encounters, and then there's side activities. Collecting data is really important. Data, for every piece of data you have, it helps you to make rolls. They act like a bonus towards your rolls. So you're collecting data to be able to achieve difficulties that are outside the bounds of what the dice can do. Like a 14 on a D10 is not possible. You know what I'm saying? And then you have energy. It's called red. You have energy. You have resources and you have data. Those are your kind of like 3 pieces that you're doing. you take stress in this game, and then certain times instead of stress, you take permanent damage, and you mark that box off, and you can't do anything with it anymore. You can self-repair. They have all their basics here for how to play the game. Again, art's great. I love this style of habitat where it's a rolling wheel. That concept is so fucking cool. There is a game called, I think it's Replicates or Duplicates, where you're playing that and you're on one of these wheels and you're building your habitat out. It's super fun. It's on Game Pass right now. Then your spacesuit, you can upgrade your spacesuit and add things to it. It can get impairments too over time, and if you die, you come back as the next version of another one of those AI, like synthetic AIs. You're starting upgrades. You get a multi-tool. Every sci-fi game needs one. Adaptive resources, DE. This is a upgrade, integrates a portable resource conversion module in your spacesuit. This upgrade does not require energy to use. You just can convert things and do things with it. Kind of like the backpack in, what's the sci-fi game that I've been playing? Serving Hands, I know. She's playing it too right now. And you can like refine things, different structures. They talk about encounters and how they work. And there's so much in this one that people got overwhelmed playing it because you have to read this whole book, which people don't like to read because they're lazy. And you have your mission, the aspect of like what's there and how difficult it can be. And then list of upgrades, different things you can buy and get added in. List of structures. This is like the things you can build on your planet. Like an automated assembly plant. This plant houses automated systems capable of assembling and refining sophisticated robot units. You get a bonus to robotics. And you kind of build up this area. I'm going to draw a map for mine as I play. Then they have die encounter challenges. And then the keywords involved. So like you roll 1 to 50. So if we roll like a 26. You stumble upon a thermic vortex and a concentrated cyclone of extreme heat. Physics, robotics, and navigation. Those are the keywords to help you know what kind of rolls you'll be making, which I think is a really smart way to handle these. So instead of saying this is your skill, they're saying these are ways you can solve or research or understand these problems, which I think is cool. Encounter opportunities, same thing. They're giving you your keywords again. Like you locate an alien transmitter, gain 4 data on success, and you would be using IT, communications, or physics to understand that site. Telling these stories by yourself. I do think more games should use like this philosophy. This is amazing. That idea of keywords. I don't know what it is. To me, I just feel like the keyword lets people know. I think it should be skills, but they use words in this. It just lets people know, here's ways to solve this. Because that's one of the biggest problems new GMs have. Oh shit, what skill do I use? And a lot of GMs get stuck in their ways and think there's only one solution to a problem. But as a person, if you just step back and look, there's always more than one solution to a problem. And the best solutions your players can come up with are the ones you didn't think of. You should be happy your players came up with a different answer to what's going on. That's always my goal. So tons of tables again in here, right? Tons of tables. This is the core game. So then you got Discovery. Discovery is your journal's logbook chronicling significant revelations as you cipher the collected information. Each mission complete unlocks a new entry, weaving the narrative of your story, marking your progress with the adjacent white box. After reading each entry, every discovery you make brings you closer to unraveling the origin of the pyramid, the mysteries of this world, and your purpose. Stop, do not read any entries below. And then this is the character sheet. I'm going to pan out so you can see it. So it's a really simple character sheet. Like I could have made this in Canva in like 2 minutes. But it's technology, analytics, and adaptivity. And then you have your analytics. You start the game with blah. So it's like distribute the following numbers among your traits, 5, 4, 3. Then allocate the numbers 1, 2, 3 along the edges of each trait. So robotics, information, engineering, physics, biology, chemistry, survival, communication, navigation. Adaptivity is, surviving it. And then you start the game with a full capacity of 10 energy, 0 resources, 0 data. So these are the things. Red is the breakdown. And the newer versions, they have redone this chart to be RED so that people remember the acronym RED for everything that's going on. But energy is what you're spending. These are what you're collecting. This is your spacesuit. Not form fillable though. I really was hoping to be form fillable. And then 2 more books come out later, and they come up with the advanced version, which brings you into new versions to do exploration, better travel, like from place to place, better locations, new side activities. They're kind of breaking down other things that you can do. The Oracle is put into this because there's no Oracle in this one, if you noticed. And all the stuff that we looked through, we never saw an Oracle. Right? There's no Oracle. So after people started designing oracles, they came out with the advanced book, which adds the Oracle in for asking questions. Custom encounters, if you want to roll your own encounters, so those tables that we had, instead of rolling on that table, you can roll keywords or choose and then build your own encounters that you're handling and things you're doing, and then what you find in those encounters. It's all about data collection and exploration. And then they bring some new alien life forms in, right? Alien life forms, terrain features, and a bunch of new tables for you. And then the last one, after all the feedback, my understanding is Peter said, I want to make the process of rolling your adventure even easier, so there's less flipping back and forth. And they put out a new way to play. So this book introduces a brand new system for running expeditions across the unexplored planet. It doesn't replace the original rules, it builds on them. Still uses locations, challenges, opportunities, and findings, but this new format presents them in a way that reduces the need to constantly flip through the tables and random generators. So like I was saying, the lack of hyperlinks kills those 2 books for me. I think 1-page hyperlink, like at the front of the book, or if it was the back cover. I think the back cover, since all he used here is this, I think the back cover was a chart with hyperlinks for ease of use for PDF format. Because then you could run it on your phone. You know what I mean? You could just hyperlink to things on your phone. So they do brand new discoveries, and he now walks you through processes instead of you having to flip through everything. So the new expedition system, to begin an expedition, you choose your mission just like you would normally in the core rules. Roll 2d10. First die is your movement roll, lets you know the locations, move forward, where you are. And the second die is your encounter roll. So he's boiled it down to a move and encounter die that you roll to get things going. And then you can use data to get +1s to each die. You can earn aspect points. And he gives you spaces to play in now. Like almost like a sandbox adventure, almost. But like the Crimson Fields is 1, the Crater is 2, Ancient Temples 3, Radiant Steppe is 4, the Flood Basin's 5, the Velvet Lake 6, Iridescent Falls, which is awesome, is 7, the Fissured Edge, Submerged Cavern, Spore Colony, or is it Spore Cloud? Spore Cloud, Flooded Trench, Thermal Springs, Cocoon Cluster, Shattered Monolith, Hive Pillars. What the fuck is that? That's not good. Blade Vines, and so on. Like, there's just a countless number of pre-made 1-page locations. You can still use the other book and roll everything. But for a brand new player, I think rolling on this for your first couple to kind of ground how the game works for yourself is really smart. It's like a guided version of solo play. And then he added echo crystals. At the end of each complete mission, you gain 1 echo crystal. This allows you to read and record any 1 echo insight entry from the discovery section on the last page of this booklet. Echo crystals are rare, memory charged mineral formations found across the planet. They grow in unstable zones such as crash sites, derelict structures, ancient ruins, where someone or something is left behind. So now you got these cool discovery steps, and these are like new memory crystal that you get, which is cool. There's a lot of fun pieces with this. So again, I think you could have put a piece in the end of it. I love this as a sci-fi exploration. I played a short version for myself. Journaling, like everyone's weird about it. I found that people who are playing games at a tabletop, and like, why wouldn't I just play with a group? Why do I need a solo journal? What's the point of solo journal? So I'm going to quickly do a 15-minute piece on why you should be doing solo games as a new GM or an experienced GM. How it's a great way to learn a system, as usually most systems only add like one rule in. And then before we do this, because I didn't know I was going to do a solo journal piece, I'm going to quickly make a piece in Canva here that I can do as my ad. I'm going to put it in place. So meanwhile, we can shoot the shit while I'm making this ad. And I'll let you guys watch me while I'm doing this, because it only takes me like 5 minutes. So I really like the idea of solo journaling. I don't think, has anyone in chat here done a solo game? Has anyone attempted to play a solo game? I know I've ran Serving Hands in a co-op one a couple times, so she could learn to run games or play games like Shadow Dark. I've also done it for some other people where I do duo ones where I'm kind of GMing, but I'm teaching them how to play. I've done it for Cypher System a lot. But like every fucking company is putting out solo games now. Why you should solo RPG. Never on your very own. I'm just gonna do 36 and see what it says. Okay, that's too fucking small. Let's do 150. I think I'm gonna delete. Oop, nope, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna do this. So it's gonna be solo TTRPGs make you a better player. So many words. Solo RPGs equal. Is there no plus symbols in this? Okay. I might have to put an equal there. I can do it that way. We can definitely do it that way. Yeah, I mean, it's good for dedicated. I agree. I do think that it is good for people who don't have a dedicated group, right? But the reason it became widespread, honestly, and this is my belief, I think people are currently detaching from social media. You've seen in doing social media work a dip in activity on things like Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. Have it be because of the state of the world, have it be because they're just tired of the fucking overflow of bullshit. But overall, people are on it less. And since people are on it less, I have noticed more people looking for other things to do. And one of the best ways to unplug is to play a TTRPG, right? Well, what better way to unplug than to play a solo RPG? So you're still filling your time with something, but you're not spending it with more tech. And I think that's really why a lot of it has become popular. Like 100% think so. Let's not do the green. Let's do a different color for this. Let's do... I do the blue. I could do the Corpse Talk orange. Actually, green is pretty good. Yeah, and I think it's a good way for them to disconnect. I think it's done a lot for people. Like a lot. Well, I kind of like that purple. Oh, you know what I'll do? No. We're gonna do this. I need to switch the brand. Corpse Talk. Let's get that fucking text color out. Right? Blow this up. I kind of want to put an equal sign. Solo RPGs equal better gamer. I kind of want to put an equal there. Let me just find a good animated equal. Like maybe there's an element that's a good equal sign. I want it animated though. That's the only animated equal sign? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Like this. I don't know how it's going to read. I can't add an effects to it, can I? And that just does a block around it. No, this isn't going to work. I need a different one. What, the little bow? I like the Band-Aid puzzle looking one too. Is this colorable? It is. Okay, perfect. 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 Let's get that lavender. Let's change this white to my weird one. It doesn't fit. I need it has to be grungy. It needs to be a grungy equal. This actually, yeah, there we go. This will work. Maybe I do it in the white instead. Right? Like that. There we go. And we'll just make the black outline of that purple. I have to shrink this down a little bit. The only thing is, this is just not noticeable. This font, like this, it almost needs to be a black with the white around it and the opposite factor. Solo RPGs equal better gamer. I think that's good. I think that's good. I could probably even ditch the corpse talk piece here. And let's get a different upload of me. Let's go to snapshot. I do like the hand one. I might use this one. I need to take more of these. Well, it's not going to work. What's the deal here? There we go. All right. So let's animate it. Why is we don't need this far. Okay. We also don't need this far. Let's animate these really quick. Animate, please. Yep. And then this one, like that. And we're going to TV us in. And we're going to download it. And then we're going to record. Here's my first page. We need some music. Let's use one of ours. Let's get our playlist set up here. Let's do the instrumental. How many minutes is that? That's a pretty good amount. Where's the other instrumental? Have I never done the cartoon instrumental? Really? Huh. All right, so now we can cut those. Oh, we need to do drive-through RPG too. Because Entity is on sale right now. On sale too. So the core book's $5 right now. Same with their advanced one. Same with this. So pretty cool. Is this on sale too? No. So we're just going to go to Candlenaut. I also picked up this, which I haven't looked at yet. The Brightborn. But I'm thinking about just playing it live with a group to see what everyone thinks of it. So those are the things we need. That we're going to talk about. That we're going to talk about. This doesn't matter. That can get closed. Okay. Let me add our... Let me go to me. Go to studio mode. We go to add episodes. We're going to add a file. And we're going to do a little recording. It's going to be solo RPGs and better gamer. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Push this down. I'm going to delete that one for now. We didn't even use it today. All right. I didn't record the news section today. We didn't really have a news. It was just normal talking. All right. Let's make sure we got everything we need. I think I added everything in. This is the one I need to stem and get my vocals. Or not vocals, but... I do love this song, by the way. This was one of my favorites that I ended up making with Scribe. Because all I think about is how Saturday morning cartoons are just dead. So I think this is going to be the opening. And then it'll switch it into just the instrumental. So let me add the instrumentals in. Yeah, we'll never get it back. Never. At least I don't think we will. All right, now I can do this. I nailed the Tool sound for this, dude. I'm so happy with this guy's vocals. All right. So let me refresh. You bring this up so I can just have the I'm just organizing the playlist so I don't have to look at it while I'm doing this. This, and then we're going to do Saturday morning cartoons for the opener. Do I have it on here? I have the instrumental. Oh, here it is. All right. We all ready? I think I know what I'm going to say for this. I think this is, hopefully I can do this in one take. We're going to start recording. Hopefully, one take. The music going. It's almost too loud still. Yeah, it's almost too loud. I'm gonna have to turn it down in here and readjust volumes. How loud is that for you guys now? I just changed it. Is that good? Today, I want to talk about solo RPGs. We have something we looked at, but I realized during talking about Entity that solo RPGs have become so prominent in the TTRPG industry. Why do I say that? Well, every single thing I have reviewed lately has a solo mode. We just reviewed Coriolis the Great Dark like last week, as a matter of fact, as of the time of this airing. And they put a solo mode in the back of it. Free League has also done that with their Legend of the Five Rings. The other week, we also looked at the solo player mode for Cyberpunk. And then I've been talking about playing Final Girl, which is a solo board game. And people think solo games are for people who just don't have a group. And that's not the case. Solo games are more than that. And today I want to dive into people who do solo games online, along with why I play them myself and why you should play them, because I believe solo RPGs make you a better gamer. So let's talk about it. So on screen, you saw just a second ago that I had one of my new and more recent solo RPGs that I listened to, which is Hollow Ponds. Hollow Ponds was part of the concept of making the solo Cyberpunk Red solo RPG, part of that process. He'd been running solo games himself forever. I wanted to start playing Entity, and I find the best way to learn how to play an RPG is usually with someone teaching you the rules. And if a game has a solo play mode and a group play mode, the table mode, watching the solo one usually gives you enough of the core mechanics that you understand what you're getting ready to GM. It's a great way to do it. I personally, and I've talked about this before, I write my own notes. I believe that writing those down helps me remember. I also know where everything is on that little 2-page GM screen. And I do it for every game that I'm going to run that I haven't ran before. I find the rules, I write page numbers down so I can reference them easily, and I write down what I'm doing. Solo RPGs are that plus. You're playing a game, learning how to run it for yourself to make yourself happy while you're running it. You learn to be a goofball by yourself, which is what you're going to have to do when you're running all of your friends or people you don't know. You have to be comfortable being an idiot. And I've gotten only more and more comfortable through myself running my actual plays through Iron GM back in the day, and now doing solo RPGs, talking to yourself. I mean, we haven't done that since we were kids, bashing two toys together and making voices up. But tabletop RPGs are the same thing. We bash miniatures together and make voices up. So let's do a quick look at the things I think you should be looking at if you want to do a solo RPG. Things that you should purchase for your first time out of the box. Also, places you can go watch solo RPGs and learn how they're done, even if that game does not have a solo RPG. So we're going to go back over to the table, and I'm going to show you 2 YouTube channels I recommend, along with a sci-fi game that I'm playing, and I can give you some recommendations on how you can run a fantasy one for yourself, if that's what you'd like. So the song playing right now is the Saturday morning cartoons. It seemed right for the nostalgia of playing games by yourself and smashing toys together. So Hollow Ponds I just spoke about. I'm watching his Entity series right now. But if we go over into videos, you can see all of the amazing pieces he's done, from how to play Lancer by yourself, how to play Daggerheart solo play. He's got a plethora of things in solo play and how he does this. I really, really am enjoying his stuff. It's to the point. They're short and succinct. And then we have Man Alone. Man Alone is a much longer version. A lot of his stuff is playing solo games, the tools he uses, a 2-hour version of playing something, setting up a game, and how he does it. Reviewing his cards. Great stuff. I will tell you, he is definitely more of a thought-provoking solo player, so be ready to have some philosophy thrown in with what's going on. But even if you don't like that, remember, you can just skip the things you don't like when you're watching a video. I'm sure people skip shit that I fucking say all the goddamn time. But you definitely should check these 2 out. I think these 2 do really good solo play. And then there's numerous others out there. I just wanted to give some out that maybe people haven't heard of, because when you look up solo gameplay, you're going to find tons of other people who are available for your solo RPG experiences. I mean, typing it in, you can see just everybody is producing solo play content. This gentleman here made an entire system, which me, myself, and Die is fantastic if you've never watched them. But what do you do? How do you get started with solo RPGs? Well, Drive-Thru RPG is probably your best bet. You can look up all the things that are solo RPGs. This current company, Candlenaut, is the one I have been looking at. I'm getting ready to run myself an Entity, but they also have Brightborn, which I intend to review in the future. It uses playing cards and I believe dice as well, but it's a fantasy, almost Camelot-y meets Alice in Wonderland from my first impressions, but we'll know more once I get a chance to go through it. Entity, though, is the one I want to talk about today. There are links down below for all the Entity stuff. I want to support what they're making right now. They didn't tell me to. I didn't get anything from them, but I have affiliate links down there so you can buy. They're also on sale as of recording this. The core one is an adamantine. It's at half price right now, and it's only like a 24-page book for a solo role-playing game in sci-fi, as you play these artificial synthetics, the artificial intelligence synthetics going out and surveying the land and figuring out what this red pyramid is. Really fun, really easy character sheet, lots of amazing tables. But look, there's tons of other books out here for solo roleplay. If you're talking about solo role-playing, there's a lot of things that you should get. There's a lot of different products that are out here for Patreon members that have made things, to small one-shot zines. But really, if you're going to be doing solo role-playing, you need to pick a system that you're comfortable with. And I believe it should be one you either want to learn, the IP interests you, or you're getting ready to run it for other people. Here's why I say that. It is hard to be a GM. But it's not as hard as you think it is. GMing is learning to play well with others. And the only way you can play well with others is to be able to play by yourself and be happy. And I do believe that. For me, the art of crafting adventures for people Like this weekend, I ran Warpaint for CypherCon, and I spent hours doing that. And I don't usually spend hours of prep, but I really wanted to give a really good first experience for them. And the same thing for me getting ready to run Magic and Monsters Marks of Men. I need to know Daggerheart inside and out so that when the players have questions, I can help. But sitting down and reading the rulebook, like many of you, that's not entertainment to me. That's not my version of fun. But playing the game sure as shit is. So I'm going to be running a solo game for myself in my setting so that I can learn the rules, know how it works, and be able to present it to my players when we sit down to do our playtest. And the best thing about solo roleplay is you only need a pen, your PDFs or book, and a notebook, and then honestly for me, some headphones so I can listen to the music I like while I'm doing it. Sometimes I keep all the voices internal monologue, but any of you who have watched my Breachers in Shadowdark or Survive in Shadowdark, I'm playing out all the characters for you as a co-op member as we play through that. You can always find all of my co-op plays to give you an idea of how to run Shadowdark. I also did it for Pathfinder 2e and Dragonbane with Athontia. To me, those moments made me a better GM. But even if you're not a GM, even if you're just a player, you learn how to interact with story beats better by playing solo RPGs. First off, the limelight is yours. There's nobody else that you have to share with besides you and your NPCs and whatever figures you put on the table. Or digitally. You don't have to compete with anyone. It lets you take the time to learn the game and to give yourself the time to learn the game. But it also lets you make better characters. When a GM comes to you in the middle of a session and says, I don't know, who is your sister that's in the game? I don't know, is your mentor still alive? If not, what happened? And it lets you be better at improvising your section in that game. It also makes you better at making narrative combat sound good. So does reading books. Ari Salvatore still writes some of the best swordplay, but you should be playing things to be better at them. While you could play a video game, and that's a great solo experience, it may give you visual ideas if you're taking note. When you're playing a video game, you're not writing things down and you're not making things up. You're playing in a world that somebody else made up. You may have a little narrative in your head, but it's not the same as a solo RPG. And honestly, every company is putting out solo RPGs right now. Like off the top of my head, without looking anything up, nothing on screen. Free League has put it out for Coriolis, which just came out. They put it out for Legend of the Five Rings. That's there as well. You have Cyberpunk, who just put out their version. There are numerous D&D 5e versions of solo play. Daggerheart has an entire Reddit dedicated to it. That's not including things like 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, which is just a journaling version with no dice really involved. Entity, which I'm getting ready to play. I mean, the list goes on and on. Mothership has got its own as well. Aliens, I've seen people do that. It's a way to do stuff. And then you get the specialized versions of solo play when you're getting things like Ironsworn. That is where most people base solo journaling and solo gaming off of. It's not expensive to get into. If you already have the book, at most you have to pick up another PDF for $5. Hell, if you're doing it for Shadowdark, it's free. It doesn't cost a goddamn thing. There are other GM mastering tools that you can get to make your life a little easier. I don't always recommend them because I think a few of them are very complex. And if you're learning a system, that complexity may not be what you're looking for. But when you use just what you have and tack things on as you play, like grabbing the solo mode for Cyberpunk Red, that's a big book, but it's nothing for tables for you to have fun with. There's also no rush. You can take as long as you want to do this. There are a few others. There's the Solo Adventurer's Toolbox, which I will show off as well. And then if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, the real big ones, there is like the entire solo system with oracles and GMing and chaos. I've shown it off on the stream numerous times, but I do believe that book is a bit much for people to be using, especially if you're a player who's never GM'd or a player who wants to do solo to get better at game mastering, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself with what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because that happens a lot. You get overwhelmed doing this stuff really easily. Really easily. But bottom line is, you should be doing solo RPGs. It is fucking fun. It makes you a better gamer. It makes you prepare to possibly GM in the future or co-GM as a player at the table, really giving more to the table. And the only way you get better at your craft is practice. And you can't always have people to practice with. So practice by yourself. And it also does something that I see a lot of people doing. Detaching from tech. Giving themselves a break from this instead of doom scrolling on something. And don't get me wrong, I love my social media. I'm a big advocate of it because I work in this industry. I've surrounded myself and things for streaming. But disconnecting and playing that journal is amazing. And the amount of time during the day that you are thinking about the game you just ran for yourself is wild. How much you're thinking about it to get back home and play a game. Your first session will be frustrating for a lot of people because you're not used to it. Just remember, there's no right or wrong. You're running your own game. But what do you guys think about solo RPGs? Are you playing them at home? Or if you're not, why aren't you? What's the hurdle? Is there something that I can put together as someone who believes in the idea of watch, listen, learn, be a better gamer, creeps? Like, is there something I can put together for you to make that solo experience better? Is there something for gaming that you need from me on Corpse Talk so that you can enjoy your hobby more? With that, I do want to thank my Patreon members. We have a lot coming out this month. We're a few days away from the end of the month. And I want to at least give all the toe tags the thanks that they deserve. They deserve thanks. So thank you to all the members who provide support on Patreon. Those that are also provide support on Streamloot, buy cards during our live plays, people who pick up merch, which you can find somewhere, probably in the links or something for merch. We have brand new stuff coming out with our new show in October for our Secret time. Our current Secret shirt is going to be going away and a new one will be releasing. But overall, these people here are what make this happen. Every time you support, you get a free PDF that's that month. If I'm delivering a PDF that month, you're never charged unless I'm putting out a PDF or a, like Magic and Monsters, me converting from 5e to Daggerheart, and you're along for the journey. For me, those people are what make this happen. And as my new West Marches Breachers game is going to come out, the Living Wall, a living community style play of West Marches, which every one of these people get one free game a month. To everyone else, you'll be able to join in just like you would at a convention. Buy a seat, sit down, continue your character, and have fun with it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll let Toe Tags take us out here, and hopefully I see you on the next one, creeps. Stay fucking rotten. I do like this song. There's stuff to click around me. Probably subscribe. Maybe another video, like here, probably here. You know those videos that used to loop at the end of things that you would watch? That's what this is. Just letting it ride. It's like the intro to a DVD. Yep. I may even leave this on here. I might let this just run like this and see what happens. I've not done that before. It could be fun. All right. So we're done recording. Toe tags. I love toe tags. It's great. So, I like solo RPGs. I really have a good time with them. I'm probably going to be starting my Entity one up tonight or tomorrow. The girl's car is broken. I got to figure out what the fuck we're doing with that. But I was planning on doing a Rise in Design tomorrow with New. Because I have a lot more converting I need to do for Magic and Monsters, Marks of Men. for Daggerheart. And I want to do a Daggerheart solo play as well here for myself, and I might stream that one to give a taste of Magic and Monsters out of the gate for you all. Since I have weeks of buildup, I got to finish the overlays as well. Like, I got a lot to do. We almost thought about in October just running another archiver. But I really want to do Daggerheart and see how it's received. And if it's received well, we may do a really long season for once. We haven't done a long season. We almost always do 13 and cash it, right? So I might do a 24 if the group is down for it. But I'll talk to them and find out. It'll depend on who our other guest is or other player. But that's it for me, everybody. I'm going to head out, walk the dog, and find out what we're doing with the car and if I got to go pick the lady up. But if you want more about solo RPGing, I might record a solo RPG series. And I love doing my stuff live. I just enjoy the audience participation more than recording it privately. I have a lot of video editing I have to do here between now and GameholeCon. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that's it for me today, everybody. Anything I didn't answer for the live show here? Is there any questions? Anything you wanted to see that I didn't show? Anything anyone can think of? Pretty chill day. That Brightborn one looks dope, by the way. I haven't looked through it yet, but it looks cool. My day off, so I'll be there. Awesome. Well then, I think that's it for the live show, everybody. I think I'm gonna go nothing about D&D. No, I'm not gonna mention it. So what she's referencing is there was a recent article that came out for D&D. I read through it. I watched a couple videos. I think people are being clickbaity. I think that until there is better information based on that article, I don't have a lot to say. They're not being specific. They are saying that they are interested in making a new MMO and that they want to use AI to embrace technology for helping them quick develop things. They don't talk about cutting people out, nothing like that. And this was a game industry biz interview. It's a good interview with John Haidt, who is the president of Wizards of the Coast right now. But I don't think I want to be inflammatory. I want facts. Like, I know Adobe Acrobat fucking sucks. I could be inflammatory about that. But until this is in an inflammatory state, I would say put them under observation. Keep Wizards of the Coast on watch. Like we have been. Don't forget the things they've done. Stop forgetting all the shit that they do fucking wrong. But keep watching them because they want to be a digital play company. That's what the CEO said. They said digital versus physical. He had a long career in video game history. He worked for 3DO, EA, Atari, and Sony before joining Wizards of the Coast. 13 years at Blizzard. Like, he's got a lot of digital experience. Them using AI is something that it is not confirmed how. They're keeping their stance on no AI art. But now it sounds like they're going to be doing AI for game dev. For rapid prototyping game dev. We'll see if that's true. And if it sticks. But there's no hard in anything. I'll link the article in here. It is a good article. You're welcome to read it. I'll put this in the chat. I'm probably going to cover this next week. I want more data to drop before I make a statement. So that's all for that. Thank you to everybody today. Another one in the books. I will be back hopefully tomorrow, depending on what I'm going to do with the car. If I get forced to be up early, I'll definitely be back at noon. That's it for me, everybody. Bats, take me home. See you later, creeps.